Hayden has messaged saying that he's having some technical difficulties, so we'll get started and then he can simply join in whenever he's ready. Would anybody like to do the recap for last session?
Do you have a key? That's all I can say.
We had a little tour all around, displaying the whatnot, the keep, and what does do, what does what, and stuff like that. And I saw the ray of the chaos just flashing through the sky, which is not a good omen. And then looking after, we all go have really nice visits from the alphas.
And did anybody do anything with anybody else?
That just sounds so
Trin?
dodgy, the way you said that.
Trin specifically? No,
It's a player and player marriage.
no strippers were harmed during the production of this episode?
Oh god! Oh god!
Block that out.
What
Rightfully
did
so,
you do?
block
Yeah, no harm shall come to them so long as nothing terrible happens, basically.
Hygiene subjects. We also got bards that are renting out some space on the islands, so free money.
If they agree to your terms.
Mm-hmm.
Which they should. They were fair.
Yep. So you'll basically find out the outcome of that by the end of today. And Tyler, would you like to explain what's been going on with you in the interim?
Armour. We picked it up a while ago, but he's only just remembered it. So he's got some new mithril armour, which has a large socket in the centre of a big 5k diamond. Yeah, it's a bit magical. I can just I can just say the name of someone I want and open a sort of rift in space and time, and then drag that person through this rift.
Oh,
Cool.
That sounds.
Can we just
very
do
good.
that to the BBG?
Yeah. If you know his name, I can pretty much do it to anyone, and they can't stop you
Matt,
unless
I
they're
met a
required.
game when you forgot what his name is.
Right, so his name is Morad, and
There you go,
yes,
so Morad.
and yes, you could technically do that. It's the question of whether you want to, given what the Dragon King has said to you over the course of your battle with him.
Doesn't need to be him though. You know, we can use that other one. The guy in the hole.
Strahd.
The other one wanted us to go. Yeah, that one. We can just call him forward and just fuck him up.
Yeah, we can set that trap or something.
Would that solve Strahd's problem?
It's possible.
Yeah, well.
You could definitely try it. However, it is a one-use thing, so if you use it, then you need to get it re-enchanted. And the DC for it was quite high, wasn't it, Tyler?
Yeah, it was a little bit high. Yeah, it's a strong spell. You know what I mean? But worth it, I think.
Sounds very useful.
Yeah.
It's attached to the armour, yeah?
Yeah, just sort of enchanted him with it.
And most importantly, did not cost 20k to make.
No.
No, we can't afford it.
Yeah, well, I thought, you know.
Which reminds me, does
Yeah,
anybody
yeah.
want to buy me another copy of Hold Monster?
Does even Dur know if you actually pay 20k?
No, he just. They asked me to sign a bit of paper, so I just signed it. I don't really know what happened.
Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds okay.
Also, Tyler, you're coming in a bit faint every now and then.
Ooh, how about that?
Yeah, it's better.
It's having it right close to my face, I can lick it. That's the difference.
Alright then. So, with all of that in mind, the next day has come. You've effectively signed Frank over to be the caretaker of your keep.
Wait. When did Frank...
Oh yes.
Should I be worried?
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah,
you went
forgot
during you left during that part. So,
Hey.
would anyone like to regale Nestle of what happened at that point?
I don't remember the specifics.
even asked you out of game, please tell me if they put Frank as the caretaker, and you told me no!
When do we have that conversation?
The next day.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think Matt was coming out with the things as a proposal, but I already had the idea. So that was great. That was cool.
Well, hopefully he stays there then and doesn't do something weird, or we don't come back to him walking around like even more scantily clad.
We definitely will.
Yeah, who knows?
I make zero promises, darling.
Shut up. I will make you eat a chocolate orange macaroon.
He could be like the NPCs, they sell stuff.
Okay, and so as you've sort of settled this with co-lead guy Frank, lawyer Frank, and mariachi Frank, but you were then told that a procession of people was approaching the keep, led by an owlbear. At which point Otley did a mad dash down the hill to go and greet them. I'm assuming the rest of you went with them?
Yeah, why not?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and so but you meet the procession as they approach, and they are led by an owlbear cub that has a long sword on his back.
Wait, is this Padwin?
Can I get a history check from everybody except Otley and Revy, please? It'd also help if people logged into Roll20 as well.
18. And I can't technically fail a history check because I have a +10 to history.
That's from a level of 5.
Oh, could we also say, sorry, just to retcon something, when I bought that gate spell, could I also say that I got a hold monster spell for Tordum as well?
Yeah, sure. I'll deduct the money from the.
Thank you.
I'll deduct money from the
As soon as I
account
did
for
have
it.
to use that scroll to save us all from the dragon, you know, I didn't exactly get time to copy it down.
I'll say write it down, then you'll remember.
I need Bobela. Just speeds up my writing.
You can get a magic scribe as a wizard, and he writes it for you.
That's fine.
Yeah, the
If I say that too loud, Frank might turn up.
yeah, the wizard in her Waterdeep game is a school of scribes, so he's able to write down spells in a minute.
Yeah, it's like the bane of being a wizard. Just having it takes. Was it like 2 hours plus 1 hour per level of spell? Or it's fucking. It's
yeah, something like that. It's really stupid, but I retcon a lot of that. So
yeah,
But
trying to
my
write
parents do go home and
takes
sleep a
years.
lot. It's
Guess
the world's slowest heist.
okay, so Trin, what did you get?
It was a history check, right?
Yep.
So I got a nat 1.
Alright then. So you're not overly familiar with him, but you do recognise this as the owlbear cub who escorted you up to the Greenleaf Temple where you went to go see the one.
Ooh. Oh my god, him! Oh yeah.
And he also has a long sword on his back.
Oh damn.
Why has he got a sword? I got an 18 by the way, so why do I not remember this?
I got a natural one
do.
as well.
Oh, you do. But and Barakas, what did you get? Were you the 5?
I think you got a 5. I think I was the only one who got higher than 10.
All right then. So yes, you recognise him as the owlbear cub. He's flanked by 2 druids. One that's wearing an antler-orientated helmet, and then another that's wearing a wolf-style helmet. Then behind them appear to be about 10 Vikings. Then with them is Scott, Clarissa, Dave the Snake, Padwin, and George. And then behind them are about 20 elves, all dressed in sort of Japanese kimono style.
Okay.
You know Dave. Dave who? Dave the Snake.
He's a Utah actually. Like
I know
Utah,
Dave.
I can't pronounce it very well.
There you go.
It sounds like a Cockney gambler, you know what I mean?
Funny
know.
thing about him.
Yeah, why they call him the snake? No, you don't ever want to find out.
Okay, so this isn't the first time that Otley and Ravi have met Dave, is it? You met him at the beach, didn't you?
I think
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was at the beach. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to know why he's called Dave the Snake, you can. Try and work it. You can ask him if you want.
Didn't he used to work for the gangsters? Or am I thinking of a different one?
I think it's a big fucking snake, isn't it? Or have I misconstrued that as well?
Why is Dave the Snake called Dave the Snake? Might I ask?
So Dave comes over to you, like a big grin on his face, and if you can basically see the text next to his name, he basically says that.
Yes.
Hmm.
I can't read.
Do I have to say this with a lisp?
Yes, with yes, with a lisp and with a forked tongue.
Oh, that's a long word at the end there. That looks Welsh. Is he Welsh? There it is.
But yes, you basically work out that that's his name. So Clarissa calls him Dave instead.
Okay. I see. Very good.
So as the procession crosses the bridge, you just hear Padron just call out, "Hello, everybody!"
Don't Satanize the base.
Okay. So at which point the owlbear comes over and tries to put snuggle up to your legs, Onyx. Are you going to allow it?
Of course.
Does Padwin
Absolutely.
get jealous?
It's Padwin.
No, the owlbear, not Padron.
Oh, Albert.
Yeah, but she got a 1, so she probably thinks the owlbear is Padwin.
Yeah, honestly, it's just like, yeah, it's probably right, but yeah, I love Albers, so how could I say no?
At which point the owlbear just sort of lets out various growls and things like that, and you realise when you spoke to him, you were in a citywide speak with animals spell at the time, which you don't have at this point.
Oh fuck.
I don't know if I know that spell. I think I know that spell, so I can't help.
It's like the one spell I should have but don't have. What the hell? No. Hang on.
Nope, I don't have the spell. Sorry, I can't help.
So he just sort of sits down on the floor as much as he can with the long sword sort of digging into the ground behind him, and it just looks up at you expectantly.
I think he wants you to take his sword.
Would the druid like to help?
I don't
Yes,
know if
Miss
it's hard
Dave,
to
please.
stop other people. I think it's a stealth spell, isn't it?
Yeah, but I just Baldur's Gate it, and you cast it, and everyone in your party can benefit from it.
I'll shake my staff at her and then she can speak with animals.
Okay, thank you.
But then separately
Right.
to that, but when you were in the town of Gladon, that actually had an area-wide speak with animals spell, which you could physically walk in and out of.
True. Yeah.
Cool.
Hello, do you remember me?
I do, yes. Sorry, I couldn't quite understand at first. Not used to not having the spell around, I guess. It's been a minute though.
Yes, it has. And I've been made the official Greenleaf liaison to the Alphas.
Oh.
I'm so proud of him. Good job, I'm really proud.
And so my druid friends have come to cast spells on the island so that it can be more druid-like.
Hmm.
Wow. How druid like?
Not going to be psychedelic, hippie dragonflies that are high on everything.
And then Clarissa
Yeah,
also then Clarissa also steps forward and is like, yeah, and I'm sort of here to make this place sort of alpha-like as well, if you want.
Is that not why we got there's a housekeeper?
And then the Vikings basically step forward, and we're here to cause some accidents.
These are the dwarves,
Not
yeah?
He's not talking sexually, right?
Maybe.
Are these the dwarf Vikings?
Elven Vikings.
Huh?
Elven.
Okay. No, it's fine, just checking.
Well, and so Scott then sort of steps forward, Padwin sort of sitting on his shoulder, and well, you seem to have done all right for yourself in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah. Hard work pays off.
No doubt these guys are just going to swoop in and take it from us.
These guys being.
Yeah, first. I walk my hand in Scott's general direction.
Well,
I notice he never pays for anything, by the way.
Oh, of course,
I
I pay for things in a very liberated and fair distributionary point that obviously pays taxes, and I'm going to defer this conversation to my legal team. Thank you very much. And Clarissa was like, "You don't have a legal team. You're an illegal outlaw." Shh, they don't know that.
I think we do at this point.
I mean, I'm very happy to share all these grounds with your friends and families. We all came together when we were just recruits, and you host us in your house. So if you guys like to crash here every now and then, the secret base, there's a lot of space. Like, why not?
Oh, does it have a playground?
No,
No.
We can make one.
but it does have a
Yay.
murder hole of death.
Murder holes. I like murder holes. Oh, Daddy, I want to see the murder hole. I want to be a murder hole.
If you really rent.
Alright, you can go play with the murder holes. Yay! At which point Padwin just sort of jumps off and just starts cantering up the...
Does he even know what a murder hole is?
Let's hope not. At which point you see the Crown Prince step forward and out of the crowd and say,
It's Morada's boyfriend!
"Greetings. My father sent word that we should have a meeting of some sort. As wonderful as the countryside is, might we move inside? The sea breeze is somewhat chilly to my cold flesh."
What did you do to Morada? Where's she gone? You stole her.
Sadly, I did not steal your Morela. As far as I'm aware, your Morela has been returned back to her temple, where she stands at the front of the temple of Lyria, bikini-clad and completely bereft of all items.
You're so heartless.
But you seem to have found a replacement for her quite quickly. Master Cleric, may Bahamut's lights shine on you.
And on you, brother. Can you say that about the...
Wait, if Revi's a new Morada, does that mean he has to finish teaching me common?
I mean,
In which case, Revi, help! I'm going to run up to him with my spellbook and a pen. How do I do this?
Uh-oh. Alright, I'm unfamiliar with these words.
I know you're going to spend the session there just jumping around Revi's feet going, please.
Remy, are you human? I forget.
No, I'm a smith. A smith.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, nice.
Alright then. So do you guys want to move this into your castle, or do you just want to carry on talking out in the grounds?
We
Oh,
go
no,
into
no.
a war room. We have a war room?
We do have a war room. I mean, we can make one.
You don't necessarily have a war room yet, but you do have like a grand hall that you could turn into a war room if you wanted.
That's a great idea. As we are at war with like 12 people.
12 individual people.
I look sternly at Tordum as I say it.
Alright, so you go inside, and the procession of people basically follow you up. It seems that only the leaders of the procession go in with you, and you notice rather peculiarly that the Prince Athendril, who is the Prince of Dragons, is riding a guard drake. So it's up to you as to whether you will let the guard drake in or not.
Maybe not into the house.
Is it house trained?
That was about to ask the same question.
He's house trained. If you're nice to him.
But it's our house, don't you have to be polite to your hosts?
We shall see.
Guess when you're a dragon, you don't have to be nice to anyone, right?
At which point he sort of disembarks. You can see that. Sorry, can I get perception checks from all of you?
Oh, 21.
Another 2 ones in a row. 1 in a 400 chance of that.
21.
Trim, what did you get?
25.
Okay, what did you get? Oh, you're not back
Lower
yet?
than them. I am. Lower than them.
Okay, so Scott and Clarissa don't seem particularly phased by the appearance of the keep at all. The Vikings are just sort of like looking around, like, we could steal this, we could steal that, and
Go steal someone else's stuff.
the Crown Prince is being quite respectful, even though the place is quite dusty and dirty. The Druids don't seem to mind at all. The Prince of Dragons is very much refraining from sitting down and is standing in the corner. George, on the other hand, seems to be admiring the place very definitively.
I'm sorry, is our house that you gave us like that bad?
Yeah, just add, it was given to us like 6 hours ago. We haven't really had time to clean.
This is to the prince, by the way.
At which point,
Yeah. Excuses the condition of this keep. But we literally just entered 24 hours ago, nonetheless, and we didn't manage to have a clean around and whatnot. And this was very uncold anyway. So here we are. Please sit down anywhere you find comfortable. If not, have to stand around. But,
I will say, a keep has made Barrowcraft very well spoken and polite.
Yes.
Eloquent, yes. Is that the word?
Does anyone have prestidigitation? I can just start gusting dust around, but it's just going to make everyone dirty.
at which point a tornado comes down the stairs.
Hadwin.
Of Franks.
Don't worry, I'm on it.
Right. Very good.
He just starts doing laps of the ground floor. And then he gets over to where Dave is, and he's like, "Oh crap!" And he's like, "You!" And Dave starts chasing him around the hall.
I think there's a problem between them two.
It would appear so.
And the best bit about it, friends, is none of us are going to do anything about it.
Do we have to?
Although, there is something that we could do to signify our collective union in this matter, and that is to take bets on whether or not Dave finally is able to eat Frank.
Why does Dave want to eat Frank?
You know what, we
Sounds
never
like-
asked. We just accepted it, you know?
I'm just going to shout, Dave, why do you want to eat Frank?
I'll tell you once I've eaten him.
What didn't he do? Other than just be annoying.
At which point Frank appears next to you and says, "Shall I answer alphabetically or chronologically?"
I don't know how to do my alphabet, so I assume chronology.
Well, in that case, darling, and he pulls out a scroll and rolls it, and
In
it's...
which case, I'm gonna... While he's standing still. Where is it? Do I have it?
Have what?
Big B's hand on Frank, and I'm going to hold him in place. There you go, Dave.
Oh shit!
At which point Dave gives up chasing after the air element of Frank and just comes rushing over. And you can see that he's doing both a combination of slithering and sort of swimming along the ground, like dragging himself along. So he comes bowling over really quickly, and Clarissa has to jump out of the way. He's like ah! And he just grabs him and then dislocates his jaw wide open. And
Are you going to tell us why you want to eat him? I haven't actually released Frank from Big B's hand, so technically he's going to have to fight Big B's hand for Frank at the moment.
Do you want him to fight the hand for Frank, or
you can at least tell me why he wants to eat him. Maybe I'll give him Frank.
And he just looks at you and is like, "Do I actually need to give you a reason?"
Yes. You need a valid reason to eat somebody, even if it's just they're a plain old dick.
Then he's a plain old dick.
That doesn't sound like your legit reason, because you're just quoting back what I told you.
You sort of set him up for that one.
That's big words.
Have you never eaten somebody for no reason whatsoever?
No! No, I always have a perfectly good reason.
And what reason is that?
I'm hungry.
Okay, well then I'm hungry.
But there's other things to eat that aren't Frank.
But there are several things I hear that
Are you
can be...
really sure a genie tastes like anything anyway? Actually, Frank, what does genie taste like?
I'll share him with you if you let me eat him.
No. I'm just going to use Big B's hand and squish Frank against the ceiling.
Alright. So, but he seems like he zooms up, and bear in mind Frank doesn't actually weigh anything, so it's very easy for this to happen. He's just pressed against the ceiling. Dave's just like, ah! He rushes upstairs, appears on the balcony, and then just sort of slithers round, and will do a dexterity.
How is he gripped to the ceiling? He's a snake.
Basically, in answer to that, he doesn't, and immediately just falls back down to the ground.
Does anybody else want to interject on this?
No.
No.
I seem to be obvious.
No, we're quite content with. We're quite content with the way that this is going.
Frank, you owe me saving your ass.
Very well, darling. I will do you one better, and I will grant you one extra wish.
I'll say it later.
Also, you saved his ass. Was he going to eat his ass?
He's going to eat him!
Would want.
He wants to eat him. As in, eat food. Like, I eat food. Like, I eat things. At least I don't eat genies.
Yet.
Yeah, you weigh nothing, so you probably, there's probably no sustenance to you. Besides, you all owe me a goat anyway.
If I remember correctly, Frank doesn't die, correct? So...
Yeah, I don't think the actual Frank enjoys being eaten by Dave, though. Or do you enjoy being eaten by Dave?
What do you think? I'm running away from him.
I don't know, with you, it could be some weird little sex game.
I mean, that is true, but in this case, no. My fear is both emasculating and perfectly genuine.
Are you just scared of snakes, or, just Dave in general?
Well, Dave in general, but nothing ever good from putting a snake in bed, darling. Trust me on that.
Was Dave a person before?
Yeah. Definitely Frank into the ceiling.
So what was that?
Was Dave a person before?
No, I've always been a snake. I've always been a naga.
A nigga?
Naga. N-A-G-G-A. Naga.
What if someone wishes Frank free? Has anyone thought about that?
Morad did that once, and we ended up with the universe of Frank.
Oh.
So this is basically the general version of what Dave is.
Yeah.
That's badass. Frank's a little smaller than... No offense, Frank.
Dave.
Wait. Dave. Yeah, Dave. Frank.
Two old geezers' names, it's easy to get mixed up.
Dave is a little smaller.
Where's Bill and Todd?
Well, you do have the Odiacs, they can contribute to that. Isn't that right, Trin?
Maybe.
So at which point the Crown Prince says, "Could we please get to the reason why we're here, please?"
But then you tell us the reason you're here then.
I mean,
We're both sons.
Don't wait up on our behalf.
We live here! Of course we're here!
Well, for a start, thank you for your efforts in protecting our Lord Bahamut and my Lord Father against the forces of evil that you faced in Drakenrealm.
You're welcome.
In that regard, my father has instructed us to lay aid to your cause in whatever way that we can. In my case, that is the army of Minas Epidas. In the case of my brother, is the Drakengard of Minas Epidas. Then my colleagues in the Greenleafs here are willing to put forward a volunteer force of Greenleaf Rangers to assist you, and our cousins from the Vikings, although Lord Hirok has taken the majority of his force back north to deal with his war against the Celts, these 10 captains are willing to put their crews to aid in your cause as well.
Do they come with ships?
Yes. 10 ships that have 20 crew members.
Okay.
That's very interesting.
That's a lot of ships to put somewhere.
A lot of seamen.
It is a lot of seamen.
Do we know if David is around somewhere as well?
Kashan is... sorry,
Oh, yeah,
George then sort of speaks up and says, "The Lord Kashan is currently piloting the Dawn Treader to this location, ready to escort you to your next location should you choose to go by ship. Master Scroll is also waiting with him."
I love the ship
Fantastic.
is now called the Dawn Treader.
I believe that we need to make force for a little port for when we're coming here by boats. Secure travel, you know?
That would be most advisable, so yes.
Perhaps the Halfas will help us in this matter.
At which point Scott then goes, "Yes, perhaps." And looks over at Clarissa very pointedly.
What did you do?
But on that point, though we will be in command of our relative forces, we would put it to you as to where you want our forces to go. So he then sort of like puts out a map on the table of the Clinging Isles.
Oh, this doesn't seem like a save point map or anything. Quick save!
So whilst you have committed your individual force to dealing with the Elves of Athaloran, you now have the army of Minas Epidas, which currently stands at 3,000, quite diminished from what it was, but still formidable. There are 5 dragons of the Drakengard that are willing to journey out to face this foe. You have 200 warriors of the Vikings, and the Greenleaf Volunteers stand at 500.
Alright.
Good numbers. And what do you see as the most pressing matter in your legion?
Well, if I may, we did all take a decision already. And I don't know.
Yeah, so he's basically saying, while you guys have agreed to go to Athalorian, but where would you like to send this new army that you now have?
Oh shit, true. Okay.
Is there a portal that they can go? How's that portal looking? Are there any updates on the demon portal?
That sounds like the final battle.
Yeah, but we can send these guys there as cannon fodder. And I'll point over my shoulder at them.
Wow! When did Durr become so, like, murder hobo?
I told you, I read that book and nothing matters.
Was there not a faction that was in conflicting with themselves?
Yes, that was down at Gwyn's Port and Aquitaine.
Yeah, maybe we can get them on our side, sort of have some political issues and charge all to despair.
Yep. So I'll give you a quick recap just because it has been about 2 months since we revisited this. So Aquavader has currently been taken over by Red Paladins, and the elves and non-humans are basically being exterminated there.
Damn the Red Paladins, they need to die.
Nothing is really happening in Northwick and Duinter, that's quite stable. The situation in New Asgarth has been stabilised and they're readying a war against Blue Moon Spire.
That's where all those nasty little, like, sorcerers are coming from, aren't they?
No, they're coming from Wit.
Okay.
The situation is stabilised in Minas Epidas. There's a lot of rebuilding to do, but that's mostly organised. Dripsir is where the demonic invasion is occurring, and that is occurring right now. So if you decide to help them, then that will be immediate help.
I suspect sending them to demonic invasion would be good, because it does have the word invasion.
Yeah, that's what I meant, to go and just like hold the line until we get there, you know what I mean? Not
We won't be
their
too long.
deaths. Yeah. Well, it's up to them whether they die or not.
And then Athelorian, you guys are going to deal with, but if you wanted to take some people with you, you could. Gwyndersport and Aquitaine are in the middle of a civil war. Motti Heston is undergoing several earthquakes, but the situation is devolving quite rapidly as destroyed kingdoms are now declaring war on other kingdoms to recapture lost territory, that sort of thing. And Pines Reach, for reasons unknown, nobody is able to get anywhere, and so and the people then basically just say, we're not going to send anybody there.
Where's Pines Reach again? Can you ping that?
Oh, right.
This
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I think they should
Straight away
make
to the stores.
demonic invasion.
We do have 4 forces, so you can send them around if you wanted.
I don't know.
Who are your strongest?
So numbers-wise would be the Elven army at 3,000 soldiers.
Yeah.
You then have 5 dragons with the Drakengard, 200 Vikings, and 500 Rangers.
What if we split them into like strike teams? So the dragons just go in the middle of the night and just absolutely wreck a place and then leave. Or if they like hit a headquarters somewhere, fly in and just and then fly out all stealthy. Send the army maybe to go and help and hold back the portal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then who else we got? We got the Vikings. They're not
We
going to
got the
budget, aren't they?
We got the Rangers, so they can scout that beforehand and then come back with a solid plan.
Yeah.
Ah, man, that sounds cool.
I don't think we should hit any of the Civil War ones yet, because we don't know. It's going to sound, I can't really not metagame it, which faction we really want to support.
Yeah, you don't know who the good or bad guys are.
Yeah.
When
So
we
we
can
could
send them
accidentally
into.
kill the wrong ones if we just.
Maybe
go
that's
in
when we go and
slowly.
send them in to do a recon then and find out who's doing what in that village. You know, maybe they all have to burn.
Yeah. But
Always an option.
Trim, what do you think?
Trin died.
Yeah, sorry, really zoned out for a minute, but I'm happy with whatever. Honestly, I have no real opinion. I think.
What about your ranger friends? You don't want them to like perish, or do you want them to perish? So you're the ultimate ranger.
As much as I would love that, Onyx would not. Ranger Bros should hopefully, not die and perish. Let's not let them die, but yeah, I really, yeah.
Do we want to send a small? What the dragons? Nice and all with their. How are they? They're red dragons.
One of each of the
There's one of
Coruscant
each.
colours.
Did we? Someone send some people to Pines Reach to see if we can't coax them out of their indecision.
But the people around the table have said they could, because nobody can basically do any magical recon in Pines Reach. For some reason, the area is completely magically closed off. They're not going to risk sending anybody there.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea to send dragons into an area that's basically anti-magic. They might go boom.
What about some barbarians then? How about that?
Yeah, they're already no magic. They've got their fucking swords and spears.
And if they don't like it, we just loot them and claim their resources for the war effort. How about that?
Well, it might not be anti-magic though. It might just be like anti-magic from the outside. Then they get inside and it's all like people with magic missiles and they just murder.
Yeah, but basically the point of Pines Reach is that despite everybody's efforts and the fact that it's been 2 months since the situation began, nobody knows what has happened in Pines Reach, what is happening in Pines Reach, and nobody has gained access to it.
So I think Matt is hinting that we don't get that as an access point. We're not allowed to go there yet.
Do some scrying. Is it worth me doing a little scry or a little commune?
You did.
It's blacked out from the map.
You did try a scry. It didn't necessarily work.
Not on that place, just anywhere. Like, is it worth me just scrying?
Oh yeah, if you want to scry again, you can definitely do that.
Where would I scry? Where do we want to have a look at? We know what's going on in Athalorium. We want to go there. Maybe see if it's worth sending them to Dripspear or somewhere else. See how the portal's looking. When was the last report we got, Sergeant? When was the last report you got from Dripspear?
Simply down to the fact that the lines were holding and many cries for reinforcements were put forward, and that the situation was just generally fucked. I believe the last communication was "Ah!"
Was that long ago? Yesterday? This morning? Is it worth sending them? What I mean?
Yeah, it just depends on who you want to send. So there's no right or wrong answer to this. This is you plotting the war effort, as it were.
Yeah, of course. Did we know when that last communication came? Like, have we heard from them in a week? Or has it been, like, nothing for weeks? So sending a small army, they're just going to be obliterated as well?
We were getting daily reports from our elven contingent in Dripsir, but the reports are dwindling in frequency.
So it's starting to become a problem.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe we send somebody there.
Yes, so it really depends on who.
I think a big army should go to hold back the invasion force of demonic forces, because chances are that's going to be quite a big one.
I vote with our little friends. Despite the civil war that's happening, we don't know that if they're actually gonna join us. And earthquakes over there sounds like, I don't know, that one sounds very drastic. Just earthquakes. I mean, did you just think about it? With just earthquakes, and fuck that. So, and we're going to Affiliation because we were to sort this out, and I believe bringing everybody to the despair would be the best choice.
Okay. Revi, what do you think?
You don't think that the earthquakes could in some way require our attention? Or some... You think those are just normal earthquakes? You know,
maybe the druids could deal with earthquakes. It's nature and stuff.
To heal the land and all that?
Well, at this point, Scott sort of leans forward and is like, I can probably say with a fair amount of certainty that it's not just earthquakes. The last time that the Alphas were in Morty Heston, we faced against a Balrog and ran for our lives. So it's quite likely that something has been awoken in typical dwarves have minds and mind too deep shtick. And
maybe we should email the dwarves?
Email the dwarves?
Email the dwarves?
How about we scry over there, just over there, to see what's going on, and we can make a decision, just the islands, to see if we have to send some troops over there or just to grease back. How about that?
Yeah. And then on the way back, we could probably unite the Civil War with a common enemy, right? Let them get back to fighting amongst themselves after the demonic invasion is dealt with.
Yeah.
Seems we're going that way anyway, to Affiliation.
Right, where am I scrying on then?
Montieston.
Multi-Heston.
So,
Yes.
The earthquakey
Oh.
placey.
Scrying. I have it prepared. Concentration. Your knowledge. You have the. No, your knowledge of the target is second hand. Second hand, right? I haven't.
Yeah, but you've never been there.
Yeah, it's a second hand. So it's a +5 to the save modifier. Can I scry on a place, or does it have to be a person or a thing?
No, I'm.
So you hit a creature
So
and you choose.
if you want to scry on somebody, then you do all the saves and stuff for it. But if you're scrying on a place, then you just auto succeed.
Okay. Cool.
Do we know someone from Montieston? Does the Alphas know someone very important from Montieston?
I mean, Otley does have a level of heritage there, but
There it is, it's under your chair.
sorry,
I
chasing
rolled
macarons.
I rolled an 11. I don't know if I'm rolling or if I'm adding anything to it.
You just also succeed because you're doing it on a place.
I didn't know if I got like more details or less details.
So, but if you wanted to go to a very particular aspect of Multi-Heston, but then having this information would help. But you do just sort of just blunder your way through it, and eventually you find what you're sort of looking for, just for the sake of brevity.
Cool.
But so the question is, but from what you know, the little that you do know of Multi-Heston, that it's the kingdom of the dwarfs. Sorry, the kingdoms, plural, of the dwarfs, dark elves, and then the green-skinned races. Is there a particular place that you would like to scry on particularly?
I don't know it, do I? Would speaking to my dwarven party member help?
Yeah, this is where this is where that information is coming from.
Okay. Do we know if there's a specific area that is heated by tremors and earthquakes?
From what you've ascertained, bear in mind this information is quite old. You do know that the Dark Elves have received the worst of it.
Okay, so let's try. Let's do this on the dark heads to see what truly happens.
Yeah.
I think. Or I mean, is your spell after all? I don't want to.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy just to look. I don't know if I know where the Dark Elves are. That's the thing. It's a whole continent, isn't it? I don't. What do I need to look in the north, the south, the east?
Scott, where are they located?
All of your heart.
Well, the dwarfs are sort of like in the actual mountain itself, and then beneath them you have the going underground under sea level. You then have the dark elves, and then the orcs are just sort of like marauding on the various levels wherever they end up being at any particular time. They're sort of nomads in that regard. Is what Scott says.
Well, let's just have a look then and see what we can see.
Okay, so as I say, you sort of blunder through this, and eventually you're able to just sort of, your eye opens, and you basically just see this really, really dark area to the point that you have dark vision, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's so dark that only your dark vision is allowing you to see, and you're effectively seeing what appears to be like a really massive and well-maintained civilization with columns going up in every direction, statues everywhere, and all of it is in a state of complete ruin. And as you sort of like watch this, you can see that underneath the rubble of some broken statue of somebody that you don't know, you can see that somebody is alive, and clawing their way out of the dirt. And then, lit by torchlight, you can see 3 people walk over to this person. Their legs are trapped underneath a massive stone. And you got the guy holding a torch, what appears to be some sort of sorceress, and then one sort of spearman. And They see the guy crawling around who's like reaching out, asking them for help in the elven language. And the spear guy basically just takes the butt of his spear, smacks the guy in the head, and then the sorcerer just grabs the guy by the throat and starts draining this guy of some sort of magical force. And as the drainage is occurring, the guy's body becomes more and more dilapidated, to the point that his trapped legs then just break away from his body, and the guy just holds... They just hold this guy by his throat until he's literally just like a re-desiccated corpse, at which point they just throw him on the ground, and then they walk off.
Is this weird that we've seen something like this before?
Did we?
Yeah.
I'll describe it as I'm seeing it, but
The magical
I
brainy
recognise it.
people in the Black Dragons village had their magic pulled out of them.
Ooh.
Do I get a
Oh,
point
does
for that?
Yeah.
Yay!
Okay, so after that, the torchlight recedes and everything returns to silence.
Well, that was pretty fucking horrible. See? Thanks for...
Maybe you
Everything
should
is-
try.
Yeah, he just comes out of the scrying and just like really shaking, just reaches into his coat and just pulls out a cigarette.
Yeah. Chuffing on me pipe. Well, they're doing some bad shit down there. I thought they were going to save a survivor, and then they just ripped him in half and sucked his life essence out of him. Did I notice the races of them? Were they the Dark Elves? Or...
they were drow.
So yeah, I mean, the drow get a bad rap, and now I see why.
Jesus.
Is there another part of Monty Heston that you would like to scry on, or are you happy with
He's
that?
too traumatised.
Oh yeah, I don't really want to look. Dad doesn't actually really want to look again. He'll ask. If people want him to scry somewhere else, he will. But that was pretty horrific. How many more spell slots have I got left? No, also... Oh, no, we've slept. I can scry one more time.
Sorry if you don't
Well,
want it after that, Jesus.
No, I can scry somewhere else though, you know what I mean?
Oh,
That's-
yeah.
Go scry on some
Scry on the
bunnies to
beach.
cheer up or something.
doesn't Otley ask anything?
No, Adventurer, because my player is not here, Adventurer.
Well,
Maybe
I
we
personally
shouldn't
don't-
send magic people then if they're draining magic, because, you know, that might not be a good thing.
No, but, you know, we're going to need to stop them, you know what I mean? They look like they're draining life. Maybe magic as well.
Yeah, we should probably intervene there. How serious was the Athalorian elf situation?
It was pretty bad last time we looked. The whole... I just can't remember. Wasn't it like all dark and decayed? Half the forest.
Yeah, the forest is dark and decaying, and there appears to be unseelie spider people taking control of the area, and also the Red Paladins of Aqua Veda have apparently been attacking as well.
Okay, that's-
And red paladins must die.
okay, that is pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I can get us there pretty quickly. I can just open a tree and we can walk there.
What, to Affiliation?
Yeah, I've seen a tree. I've scried there before, so I know where the trees are. So I can just open a tree and I can get us there in 6 seconds.
So
Might be worth getting there and then scouting and then...
Well, Scott then basically says, while you can do that, we would definitely advise that you wait for Jason, because you will need him in order to legally pass into Athalorium. They're very isolationist people. You only get into their land by invitation.
Is that not where there's from?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm from the Forgotten Realms. That's why it's a little weird to me.
Well, we find this world weird together then.
Well, so so my spell won't work, are you saying, or is it more of a courtesy?
Well, it's more of a courtesy. If you just randomly appear there, then
They'll
it's
probably
possible.
arrest us for trespassing, basically.
Yeah,
What if we like turn up and then save their whole continent?
but you'd have to save the continent before they kill you and arrest you.
Yeah, I don't fancy doing evasion and hiding from the locals while trying to save them.
I mean, there's nothing stopping you from doing that, but that's just something you will need to keep in mind, that if you do just magic your way in and just assume that you can walk around, the Wood Elves would have something to say about that, and whether or not that impacts your journey is another matter.
Yeah, so who's Jason? Do we know Jason?
Yeah, Jason is one of the
Frank's
alphas.
boyfriend.
Yeah, Jason is one of the alphas that you met on the beach, but for reasons that the alphas haven't discussed with you, he knows the Wood Elves in Athelorian, and through some sort of courtesy thing, he is going to vouch for you to give you entry into Athelorian, but he has to physically be there to do that.
Yeah, cool. And he's on his way here now, though, is he?
Yes, he's on the ship.
So basically, we've got to wait for David either way. Sean,
Jason.
rather.
Though I will say, sir, the ship began its journey this morning, so only a matter of hours, I would say.
We can prepare, yeah.
Ready, so what are you thinking?
It sounds like I feel compelled to go to Mori Heston before we go to Athelorian. That draining magic sounds like bad voodoo, whereas, just shadowy forces in forests, there's shadows in all forests.
So Scott then sort of intervenes again and says, well, there will be add-ons to that as well. As I say, the alphas aren't welcome in Monte Heston because we fled our latest contract with them. So there is a point where that contract will need to be fulfilled before you can explore Monte Heston, unless
Who
you want
ran
to.
away from a fight?
We did. It was a Balrog.
I don't know. You didn't say it was you guys that ran away from the Balrog. You just said someone ran away.
They did say it twice.
I wasn't listening. I was too busy concentrating on making sure Frank stays out of Dave's hand. I'm wafting him around now.
Yeah, at which point Dave is just curled up, just looking up, and his mouth is dislocated open, just waiting for Frank to fall.
Only one Balrog.
Let me clarify. So, in order to enter in Monte Heston,
We have to kill a Balrog.
Yeah.
That is fucking interesting.
Oh, it's fun.
That's
Sounds
easy.
fun
What
for
do you
sure.
mean?
Yeah.
Take on Morad as a group. Balrog's nothing. She
Yeah,
says.
but we were training.
At which point Padwin promptly turns into a Balrog and says, I'm a Balrog.
Wait, is that
Oh,
how
yeah.
Padwin saw a
Yes, you did.
Balrog? Did
So-
somebody take Padwin to the Balrog fight with them?
Probably.
I can neither confirm nor deny that happened, and that's
I'm actually surprised Trin is not having some fit of child safety right at this moment in time. I'm just looking at Onyx,
Hey,
waiting to see this
I wasn't responsible. I wasn't near, so therefore it's on them if anything happens to him. I will also, deliver justice if anything happens to him. Okay.
I just
Pending.
expected you normally give a spiel of responsible parenting and stuff like that.
Hey, he snuck into our bag when we went to... Right, first off, we didn't know that the Balrog was there. We just went down to explore why things were just catching fire, just thinking it was just a normal, everyday fire demon. And then that thing turns up, and at the exact same time, Padwin then reveals himself to be in Katie's bag.
I just want to be with his mother. That's natural for cats of a certain age. I'm just going to look around and hope somebody can support my answer.
Oh yeah. They're dependent, so.
It was fun. We blew up a bridge.
Oh god.
Did you use one fireball or 10 fireballs?
No, the bridge was very badly... It was a very bad bridge. It didn't
Or
have...
did you sneeze?
It was a very bad bridge. It didn't have any safety railings.
Back to us. What should we do then?
I can scry on the other place quickly. Well, not even quickly. We were here for fucking hours waiting, didn't we? While we're waiting, I can scry on Athelorian and see what's going on, or I can scry on Drips here and see what's going on there.
Yeah, I vote for Crispy, yeah.
Well,
Do you?
I will say the last time that you scried on Dripsir was when a battle was coming about. So I will say, just for the sake of you not wasting your spell, it's probably just going to be that again.
Okay.
Maybe we should check Athalora and see how much has changed since you last scried.
Yeah.
Because obviously if it's changed quite drastically, then that might
Yeah,
still
move on.
have to be the priority.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do that then. I'll scry on Atha.
Okay. So bear with me. I'm just trying to find the War of Athalorian. Here we are. Okay, so the last time that you scryed on Athalorian, you specifically were scrying on the corrupted aspect of the forest. Is that the same place that you want to go to, or do you want to scry on somewhere else?
What do we think, guys? Also, how long ago was it we scried? Was it like 3 days?
Yeah,
I can't...
2-3 days ago.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that might give us, I know it's been close, but it might give us an idea on how bad the situation is. If it's progressed quite significantly, then you know that's quite a big problem, whereas if it's like barely moved.
Yeah.
How about, why don't we scry on Jason?
Isn't he just on the
There he
boat?
is.
I'm just going to see Jason on the boat drinking a beer.
Oh,
Yeah, just
right.
just Jason just like standing really, just like posing for completely out of context against the sun as the ship's going along.
I thought it was, guys, I thought it was waiting us there on a boat.
We're waiting for him here, so when we go there, we're not stabbed when we turn up.
Because I thought we were going by tree.
We are, but he can come.
Okay.
Oh, trust me, darling. Yes, he can.
I'm going to use the thumb of Bigby's hand to like plug Frank's mouth so he can't talk while I'm off flinging him around.
Mm. Mm.
I'm just going to enjoy it.
I will feed you to the dragon next time. That's my favourite one.
Okay, so yeah, so are you scrying on the cursed, so the rotting aspect, or somewhere else?
Can I think of like... I want to try and think of what is happening that needs my attention as a sort of druidic focus. What is happening in this area that a druid needs to know about or can help, and try and use that to focus my attention.
How corrupted are the
Yes.
trees?
Yeah, so but just in sort of like a very general sort of scrying effect, you are aware of a number of different things that you can think about. So you've got the cursed area of Athalorium, and you then have this idea that some sort of ceremonial event has occurred in Athalorium, and then separately to that you then have the events that are going on in Aqua Veda in relation to this battle.
Okay.
So you can scry on any of those.
Where's Aqua Veins up there? Probably the ceremony in Athalorian then, if there was some kind of ceremony going on.
Okay, so you scry on that, and you can see that a number of so there's a massive tree which is all moss covered and knotted and twisting and goes really, really high up into the sky, and you can see that a number of druids are basically just one after the other have gathered what appear to be human prisoners, and in a very ritualistic way are effectively running knives down their bodies, cutting open their arms, slitting their wrists and stuff like that, and allowing them to be bled into these collective basins. From what you can see from the prisoners, they're not experiencing any level of terror or pain or anything about this. You can get the impression that this is some sort of voluntary sacrifice.
You druids are just brutal.
You eat people!
Hey, at least we don't make them suffer.
They're not suffering!
We don't sacrifice them to trees.
They're sacrificing themselves! What do you think makes trees grow?
The sun, the soil, and the water.
Yeah! And what needs to be in the soil?
Water.
And blood.
Sorry? I don't remember that from my teachings.
Feeding the tree blood.
Yeah, I think, isn't it a Royal Marines? No, not Royal Marines, it's an American Marines saying what makes the grass grow. 'Cause after most wars, you look at the fields of bodies and it does very well.
Yeah. Yeah, so you basically see that, but that seems to be like a very localized event, and then for some reason your scribe just sort of zooms out and zooms back into another area. And this isn't the cursed region of Atholorium, but you can basically see a column of what appears to be about 200 humans who are advancing basically up this dirt road with the cliffs on one side and trees on the other. And all of these people appear to be in robes and civilian attire, that sort of thing. And a group of them are carrying this quite large reliquary, carrying it all on their shoulders, about 50 of them carrying this. And then, out of nowhere, you hear a horn blast, and suddenly just volleys and volleys of arrows come in and just slaughter all of the humans that are on this path.
Yeah. Right, well, they're doing some kind of sacrifice, I don't really know what for. And a load more just got slaughtered, so.
Okay.
Not dull anywhere, it seems, huh?
It all seems pretty dire. So
Yeah, lovely cheery.
At which point the Viking just slams his axe into the table. That's why we're here.
hey,
It's wonderful, isn't it?
Do up our keep instead.
so that you just stay here. How about that?
What? No, we want to cause accidents.
Will you kill any elves, any druids if you in Atholorian on accident?
What's the likelihood of them trying to kill us by accident?
Low.
Are you
On
lying,
accident?
or
Low.
are you lying, or are you just saying it like that?
Killing you in accident? Yes, low chance. Maybe intentionally, maybe a little bit higher.
I mean, we're more than happy to go to Atholorian to wage battle against those Red Paladin Saxon bastards. I mean, we're Vikings. It's what we do. But if that's the case, we would much rather raid Aqua Veda rather than to set up stationary stuff at Atholorian.
Isn't Aqua Vader the ones that we're okay with? No, they're the ones that were taken over by the Red Paladins, aren't they?
Yeah.
Maybe we should send them to annoy the Red Paladins.
Also,
yeah, I think that would suit them, right?
Also, Aqua Veda is quite close to our Lord's heart, as Hirok the Farer is still missing from Aqua Veda, and our Lord's son, well, let's say, our Lord would be immensely grateful if we were to return his son and heir to him.
You make it sound like you're some sort of pirate who's going to kidnap him and ransom him back.
Of course we are, we're Vikings.
But he's your liege lord, so shouldn't you do it for love of your lord?
Yes, and the love of our Lord equals a lot of money.
Nah, suppose that's not my problem, is it?
Well said.
I'll go with whatever we both decide at this point.
So the Vikings have basically just said that they would like to, if they want to go anywhere, they want to go to Aqua Veda to raid and do battle against the Red Paladins and the Saxons. So it's up to you guys if you want to go along with that.
I'm good with that.
I think that seems like a good use of their skill set. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Well, we're going the same way as them, aren't we, up that way?
Well, they'll be going by ship, you'll be treeing.
Oh, we're just going to be going there straight away. Well, we can meet them there. We can go there quick, sort out that, and then meet them up there after.
Okay, so we've got the Rangers going to Gwynter's Port, the Vikings going to Aqua Veda. But where do you want to send the dragons?
They can go and reinforce the Chaos crew.
With the army?
Yeah.
So the army and the dragons going to Dripso.
Wherever the big fighting is.
Yeah.
Okay. And the poor Motti Hestonites are just...
Being left.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, it did seem pretty dire. Earthquakes and all.
Maybe we should send Scott.
I mean, of course, I'm more than happy to engage in this most selfless and heroic of deeds. However,
You are supposed to be stronger than we are, and somehow you expect
Yeah.
us to deal with a Balrog.
yes, I mean, I'm more than happy to bow to your newfound superior.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I just threw up in my mouth a bit. Sorry.
Does this mean, right, that technically we are officially stronger than the actual original alphas? Does that mean it can stage a coup?
No, don't do that. Because the alpha magic won't let you, because we are the chosen ones.
But you
It's a-
can't beat you're moaning that you can't beat a Balrog but somehow expect us to do it. So therefore technically you're bailing out of your job. In which case, we're your bosses.
Well, I'm sure it's...
Go fight a Balrog.
At which point Clarissa sort of folds her arms and says, "Yes, Scott, as your superior in the alphas, and
I include you, Clarissa.
no, you don't.
Yes, I do.
As your superior in the alphas, I also order you to go and fight a Balrog."
Well, can I point out that Clarissa is celestial, so technically she shouldn't have much issue against a Balrog. She should be pretty even paced with it.
I mean, yes, but with demonic invasions, I would probably be better put at Dripsir. That was where I was going initially, anyway.
Okay. Then who do you nominate to go with Scott to fight a Balrog?
I can go.
That's not a
No.
2-year-old.
I mean, a Balrog versus a Balrog would be pretty sick. I'd watch it.
But, I mean, we also have to deal with the fact that Jen... Oh, by the way, did I mention that Jen's a traitor and not me?
Is she the actual traitor, or is it just like that's a cloney person?
Well, my point is that needs to be dealt with. And, you know, I'm much better placed to go deal with that instead
I
of...
get the impression that you're not because you don't like her, so I don't think I'm going to put any effort into that.
I'm feeling incredibly insulted. Not because it's true. 100% not because it's true.
Yeah, we can see we're all even like Onyx is not convinced. You're not convincing anybody.
Fine. He's like, "Yep, Scott, to pack your bags. You're going to Monty Eston. Again."
It's your contract, you need to finish it.
Ugh.
You
Well,
tell
fine.
us off for not finishing the job, go finish your own job first.
Alright, fine. But I just want all of you to know, I'm keeping 100% of the XP. I am soloing this thing, and then I will appear to you guys in a forest, dressed all in white, having upgraded my power to a maximum level,
How much
and
do you
you will
want
bow
about we still
before
end
me.
up fighting this Balrog because he's run away again?
And you will all bow to me as I'm framed in wonderful, brilliant light. And then I will save your asses again by riding an army down a hill at sunrise.
Wow, that sounds awfully poetic. It's like
That's-
different story here.
As
But
long
if
as
he
it's
does
fine.
then that's fine. It proves he is superior. But he's the one walking around with superiority complex, but somehow never actually has a fight. So,
I'll have you know, I thought Morad's
shut up.
Okay, sorry.
Gordon is on fire. They're like, nope, not having your shit today. I have not slept or eaten anybody recently. and I've not had my goats repaid, I'm in a bad mood. And everyone help me wrap my spells up.
I'm sure we'll find some time to have a look at some of these. Maybe.
I'm just going to continue sort of like waving Frank around.
How about that tree? Oh, we're still got to wait. Yeah.
So then Clarissa then just sort of sidles into this and says, so we have the situation in De Winter. Stick is headed over there now, and that's probably the best place that we're going to find, well, our first lead in regards to the Jen and the Snail People clones. Mm-hmm. So when Jason's done with you in Athellorin, he'll head over to there as well. I'm heading over to Dripser. Casey and her gladiators are already in Aquaveda, so she'll be able to help coordinate the Vikings.
So it's perfectly fine that Scott is going to Monty Hessen then. Could we send... I just thought, what would happen if we sent Frank and just told Frank to, like... I'm going to plug Frank's ears because I don't want him to say because it's still theoretical. What happens if we say, I wish the Balrog was gone? Or, like, destroyed. Be very specific.
Unfortunately... At which point another Frank appears next to you and says, unfortunately, darling, I cannot kill anything.
Could you teleport it to a different
Not
dimension?
killing, it's just disappear.
Exactly,
Actually,
like, you just send it to another dimension so it can't cause any harm.
Right, so you want the Balrog to be invisible then, do you?
No, I said teleport to another dimension. They said invisible. It's my wish we're talking about here.
Because you just tell him at, like, the bottom of the sea. You know, he's all flamey and stuff. And,
Well, that wouldn't
don't
be
think
you
he's
killing it,
gonna-
technically the sea did it.
Yeah. He drowned, you know, that's on him, you know? The pressure got him, see?
I mean, darling, if this is the wish that you want me to...
No, we're just asking the theory behind it.
If
Yeah,
this is the wish that you want, then that is the wish that you will get. With no consequences, 100% risk-free.
Bruh.
Guaranteed, or the money that you have not paid back.
I'm just gonna flick him.
Like,
Frank.
when Torden's been like torturing Scott about fighting this Balrog, can I insight check him and see, like, is he shitting himself about this,
Sure, insight?
or is he, you know, playing along, or is he
I
actually
love I'm the one
terrified?
torturing the boss.
Natural one as well again. Bollocks to it.
I'm like the
Natural
smallest
ones.
person here, and everyone seems to run away from me. I'm really sad now.
So sad you just dropped Frank.
Yes.
At which point... Okay,
I
so...
don't drop him on Dave. I'm gonna put Frank. I'm gonna give him to Scott to hold.
Okay, so first off, insight check, please.
After one.
I mean... you're not even looking at Scott, you're looking at the Crown Prince, and the Crown Prince seems very normal about the situation. He's actually enjoying the show, as it were. But new insight him by mistake.
Yeah, fair.
It's like one of those things where like Scott is standing next to the Crown Prince, and you're hovering the icon over Scott, but it's clipping the Crown Prince,
Yeah.
and you
Keep having a conversation with him instead.
I need to walk all the way around behind him and come from a different angle.
Oh, I can tell you all about angles, darling. Everything's all about forced perspective.
I'm gonna throw Frank out the window.
If I'd have found out with Scott, I was going to give him like a super powerful potion. If I found out he was shitting himself, but fuck it, he can go on his own now and find out what happens.
Right, Trin, you've been quite quiet, so what do you think of the situation?
I don't know, honestly, like, well, first of all, which situation are we on about right now? Are we talking about the Frank situation, or like the actual war that we were kind of trying to deal with situation?
The whole lot, I think. Anything.
Well, I'm not gonna make the wish about that Balrog situation if that's something that's still being considered. Not yet.
I was just
don't
wanting
want
to see if anyone agreed with the idea.
No, don't get me wrong, it's a good idea, but then you have to think about what would happen as a consequence, and realistically, if we said, yeah, put the Balrog at the bottom of the sea, we would then probably be also at the bottom of the sea. So we'd have to prepare, like, breathing spells and stuff. And I don't have that capability as, you know, just a fucking ranger.
It'll be like the bottom of the Dread Sea, which is actually a pub next door.
Yeah, put the Balrog right at the pub. You'll have a great time. I'm sure it'll be fine. No problems there.
Yeah, but he might get happy and then not want to do it anymore because he's made some great drinking buddies.
True.
But then he gets really sad because he's so hot that he just evaporates the alcohol as he starts drinking it.
Okay. Other than that, if Frank's getting eaten by Dave, great. That's also another problem I don't need to worry about. Otherwise, no clue. Happy with whatever.
Michele, do you know Banish? I think it's just called Banish, isn't it?
Banishment.
Banishment?
Why?
Oh. Well, it's a handy spell to banish creatures that are not originating from this plane of existence.
At which point Scott just says, "Do not use it on me." Actually, do use it on me, so then I won't have to fight the Balrog.
No.
Nah.
Well, I did offer to remove curse on you.
No, thank you.
No, but I can still trap him for at least an hour.
Wait, by him do you mean the Balrog or me?
The trap's gone for an hour in a cube with the Balrog.
Looking dead straight in the eye to Scott.
Well, the thing is, I can see Barricat's doing that though. Agreeing to it, and it traps both of them in the cage fight.
Ding, ding, ding.
I mean, darling, if you want it, you can wish for it, and I'll make it happen right now.
No, because Barricat can do it and it doesn't charge.
But you don't have the Balrog.
We'll just send Scott there.
Okay, so what's happening now, effectively? So we've got the army and the dragons going to Dripsir, the Vikings going to Aquaveda, and the Rangers going to Gwintersport.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the play, right?
That's
Do
it.
for now.
But then
Yeah,
I think Scott, you go for the Balrog and we're going to Athelrorin.
Are we just going to send Scott on his own?
From the sounds of it, yes.
No,
Not
I kept making
fully.
suggestions of people to go with him, but you know, everyone's busy apparently. Maybe we should send the dragons to deal with the Balrog.
Unfortunately, my dragons don't do well underground.
Could they not break a massive hole?
It would need to be a very deep hole, unfortunately.
Maybe we shouldn't
Then the
send one
dwarves
man
can diggy
against the
diggy hole
Balrog.
then.
No, now, if you guys are absolutely serious about this, I will go and single-handedly and heroically defeat the Balrog, all by
Listen,
myself.
if you're worried about it, you know, you can have some backup if you think you need some help. If you don't think you can do it all by yourself.
I mean, I definitely can do it all by myself, but I would want to share the glory with all of my friends.
I think the glory is all yours.
Well,
Don't
maybe you
be
can go ahead
don't worry
and,
about that.
You can maybe scout it and keep it busy until we're like available.
And when will you become available?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I mean, it can't be on a rampage on a 24/7 basis for like ever. It's got to like
Like,
sleep
Cool.
and poop and stuff.
And cool off, I suppose.
I do feel bad about sending one person to go deal with the whole Balrog.
Well, I'm saying you can
Yeah.
just keep an eye on it. Make sure it's behaving itself.
It's a Balrog. I can guarantee it's not behaving itself.
It could be sleeping, in which case it's not doing any harm at that moment in time. Is it?
Well, either way, if this is what you're deciding, purely because the DM has decided to give you power over all of our destinies, if you decide it, this is what will happen.
No, I think we should, for the sake of the mental health of our DM, to stick to the plan.
Fine.
Okay, so with that, we have the elves and the dragons going to Dripsir, the Vikings going to Aquaveda, the Rangers going to Wintersport, Scott to Monty Heston, Clarissa to Dripsir, Jason sticks to Winter, and Katie in Aquaveda.
But Jason's first taking us to Affiliation.
Yes.
That sounds about right.
Alright then. Let's get to all of our relevant stations and make this happen.
Boom.
So the Crown Prince then stands up from his chair and basically just bows to all of you and they all head out. But the druids, or one of the druids, specifically the one with the wolf's helmet, bows and leaves as well. The other one comes over to you and basically said, "Will you permit us to cast our druidic spells over this area for the green leaves to use this as an outpost?"
Yeah. You're trying to show me up.
Yeah,
Keep the ivy away from the walls.
yeah, try not to fuck up everything, but of course.
Guys, come on.
Yeah, I meant to that.
Very well.
And
I will
see if you can
be.
do something with the flower beds and the vegetable patch as well, whilst you're at it.
Yes, because that is entirely why I'm here.
Yes,
As you wish. Which one he then goes outside.
it's the gardener now.
Okay, so the prince then jumps back on, say, his guard drake and says, "Well, I'll go mobilise the dragons." You might be surprised at this, but dragons actually take quite a long time to do anything at all.
I got that because they have to make a joke out of everything.
Yes, that reminds me of something.
Please don't say you have a joke too.
Yeah,
Is
I'm
bad
ready.
dad jokes contagious?
I'm ready.
One sec.
Oh, where is it?
Good luck finding it.
Yeah, I think it's been lost in the ether.
I was
So-
think the last time we made a jokey video, it didn't text it to you. Goes into it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you're saved. Saved a terrible dad joke simply because I can't find it.
Oh,
Here we are.
I read a bad book about. I didn't know anything about the galaxy, so I picked up a book about gravity. I couldn't
Is it-
put it down.
He said, "Yes, a mummy covered in chocolate and nuts has been discovered in Egypt. Archaeologists believe it to be Pharaoh Rocher."
Oh no.
Good God, no.
And with that, he then leaves.
Terrible.
The Vikings then sort of spring to their feet and say, "Yes, let's go, a Viking!" At which point they rush up the stairs and say, "We will pillage this place to within a scrap of its being."
wait. Wait. No, get down from there.
Wait, are we not pillaging this place first?
Absolutely not. This is our home.
Oh, right. You should have said so then. At which point we'll just go set up camp outside then. and wait for our ships. I'm gonna go find some fish. And the owlbear then leaves as well. So, Frank has been thrown through the door outside, and Dave has just rushed after him. So it's up to you as to whether or not you want to investigate that.
Nah.
Okay, so you
Not
just
me anyway.
so you just hear the sounds of flesh being torn and screams and blood splattering the walls.
At least it wasn't in the house.
Oh, look! Uncle Frank's hat is melting. So, during this conversation, George, not necessarily having anything to say, has been sort of like wandering the halls and examining everything. And so Scott then says, okay, before I engage on my solo and glorious mission, I just need to ask you, have you guys chosen a steward for this place yet?
We didn't have a choice, but yeah.
Well,
It's nothing personal, of course. It's just someone beat you to it.
no, I'm not talking about a caretaker, I'm talking about a steward. The person who will run the estate is supposed to look after it.
Oh.
God.
I thought Frank was taking care of
It's
it.
a caretaker,
No,
apparently.
He'll clean it. I'm talking about somebody who will take command of your expenses, pay your taxes, and bring in tithes, and...
Yeah, maybe we don't want Frank doing that.
No. Definitely
Well,
not.
do we have to get someone to do that? I'm sorry, I don't really understand that.
What about that large green dragon? Can he not collect money for us?
Well, I mean,
That's not practical.
he could, but and given that you have volunteered me on this quest, I have a favour to ask.
How about they?
Well, my favour is, could you hire George?
George!
Why can't you just give
I
us
love George!
Because, I'll be honest, all of this travelling around and facing emergency after emergency and battling Morad and Vikings and everything is not doing too great for his health, and he is getting on a bit. We don't exactly have a pension plan for him, you know?
Does that mean we have to take Padwin here too?
Yes.
Did Padwin answered or Scott?
Yes.
Oh, come on, Frank can be
Hello.
here, surely.
I'll take care of George any day.
I'm sure you would, but he ran my estate whenever I had an estate, so he'll definitely do a good job, but you guys will have to approach him directly, and I can't, out of a sense of professional pride on his point, he won't be able to refuse if I just simply order him over. I want it to be his choice.
Okay. Who wants to do the honours of asking George?
I don't think I know who he is.
The old
I'm
guy
not
up there. I'm just going to point at the old guy walking around the house. That looks like a butler that carries the cat around a lot.
Well, I can try to ask George. I mean, he would be understanding of the situation. I mean, I don't know. I can make up something, right?
Yes, I'm sure you could, with your... What is your charisma modifier now?
We don't talk about that. I just want to try to reach him by heart. I don't want to, make him convinced something that's not.
Well, good luck to you then. And good luck to me on my solo and glorious mission.
Bye.
Have fun.
I mean, I could stay to,
Off you go. Out! Out! I'm going to start throwing things at him.
I mean, I should probably make sure that
Out!
Padwin is
Go!
like...
Padwin is off somewhere playing with mud holes. Leave him alone.
I mean, I should probably say goodbye to my wife as well.
She
and...
left ages ago.
Oh,
I mean, did I also mention it's my birthday in a week? Yeah.
No. We've got to come up quicker then. The quicker you do it, like
fucking
cooking
mood
back
on
from
then,
a
I'm like,
party then, isn't it?
At which point he's sort of like chased out of the house and is like, "Oh wow, don't open that door, guys," and then closes the door.
Alright.
Looking forward to seeing how that one turns out.
Okay, so Clarissa then sort of shaking her head and laughing slightly as basically goes to you guys and is like, "So, do you want me to do up some of the alpha protection spells on this place, or?"
I thought she'd already left to go to join the bar. I thought.
No, I've been here all this time. I just,
You didn't mean to input when your dude was being stupid.
You know, he's always stupid.
More stupid than normal.
I mean, that's a low bar, but you know. So, do you want some alpha spells cast around here, or?
Yeah.
Is it one of those spells that will not get whoever is not part of the alphas? You know, those kind of weird spells that we had at the beginning.
Oh, if you're not an alpha, it's triggered, isn't it? And
Something like that.
people.
Well, fortunately, your friends are now marked as friends of the alphas, so the alarms, as it were, won't be triggered by them, but anybody else.
That might not be a good idea then, because we have the bards and we have various other people that have got to be turning up that are not part of the alphas. It's probably not a good idea.
Yeah. Well, they shouldn't be coming inside.
Well, maybe inside, unless we invite them in. Does that then make them friends with alphas?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Possession magic is fickle, to say the least.
No, just checking, because, you know... What if we send somebody here, like, when we're not here?
I mean, it could work. I mean, I'd advise you to give them instructions on not being stupid about it, but however you want to play it is up to you.
I'm okay with it then, just checking. Didn't want my alarm bell going off because, you know,
I
I
mean,
forgot his key again.
I can just cast it on the actual citadel itself as opposed to, like, the island, or...
I suppose yes. I'm looking around
Whatever
at no one's in.
Yes.
people crack it on, I guess.
So, what was that?
I said, whatever you think is sweet ball, just crack on.
Alright then. So, she then walks into, like, the middle of the fountain and just starts, like, chanting in Celestial as, like, golden magic just starts swirling around her. So, who would like to go talk to George? George, would you like to talk to George?
Does Barricas want to talk to George?
I don't know.
I'm
Michaeli, do you want to talk to your friend George?
I do. Hey, George.
We can, if you want, I can talk with George with you, if that's gonna help.
Yeah.
George is a nice man.
Although I wouldn't mind to get Thordrum instead, because you know, she's on alpha, and we can play some leverage. Just saying.
I'm really such great leverage, am I? And I'm just gonna like, climb up and sit on Barricas' shoulder. So like, yeah, I'm wonderful leverage. I promise not to eat him.
So George is over here examining one of the statues that is in the middle of the spiral staircase.
Oi, old man.
Master George. Hey, old friend.
Ah, Master Tiefling. How may I be of service to you?
Tiefling's got a name. So we were thinking to give you a proposition for you to stay with us in this keep and help us to maintain it and do whatever you do best without the struggle and hustle of journeys and travels, infinites. And in here you get your own bed and your own bedroom, and you do your own things, and you're just gonna do what you do best. What'd you say?
Well, this is an interesting proposition. This is rather a remarkable keep, and very well maintained, and one that would be quite an honour to become the steward of. However, I am contracted to Lord Burt and his estate.
Oh,
so,
and he's leaving Padwin here, so you know.
I see. Well, as caretaker of Master Jenkins, I would be. My primary duty would be to remain here, and if I was to take on stewardship details, obviously in the name of the Alphas, then that is something I'll be most dispositioned to do.
Then
See, this is why Alphas we're trying to ask you, indeed, if you want to stay here for the name of the Alphas. You know? From Alpha to Alpha. Brother.
Can I get a persuasion check from you, please?
Guidance.
I thought we heard Dara shout out from the other room.
Wow.
Oh boy.
I cast guidance too.
So you know, Padwin even wants to stay here.
It's 32.
Well, you are most persuasive in that regard, Master Tiefling. I accept. I accept wholeheartedly.
I accept because there's nothing else I can do with my life with such a high roll.
I feel that I am physically unable to deny such a request that's been made with such eloquence and such decorum and rhetoric.
Well, we shall. I appreciate your decisions on stay and help us out in these moments of need and do what you do best. It's what our interest is residing to.
My request: don't let Padwin satanize the base.
Of course. Are there any other specific instructions that you would have for me? Such as ensuring that the keep is well stocked with items of an alcoholic nature, for example.
Oh, right. We can settle this down right now, and I'm sure no one else is going to say what a wine.
Yes, it might be worth you doing that now, whilst people who might potentially argue with your choice of drink are unavailable to discuss that with you.
I guess my heart is changing and my needs are also changing too, and we think that it's my appropriate to get this keep up and running as soon as possible, and to get always stocked up on 75% on wine, possibly 50-50 with red and white, and the other percentage it can be just an average of whatever you found the best to get. They all 3 weeks and yours.
Oh! Can I have some ale?
No.
Why not?
Close.
Oh. Okay, so is there anything is there anything else that people want George to do to the keep while you guys are away?
I'm good.
Probably hire some decent cook as well.
I thought Otley wanted to cook.
Yes, but Otley's coming with you too.
Okay.
Ethel Laurent.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I don't want to get SpaghettiOs, thank you very much.
I wonder what McKelly's spaghetti hoops would look like.
Dog.
No, I was thinking like actual like spaghetti that he shaped into hoops and made like a tomato like passata sauce.
yeah, like you cook every individual piece of spaghetti and you just like solder it together individually, one by one.
Well, believe it or not, there is this kind of shape of pasta in the
Okay, so stock up on booze, 75% wine.
Let's
24.
see if we can't commission some artisans, get a blacksmith in the forge, a stable hand for the stables. Some strippers are going to be here soon.
Oh god.
Just let them in.
They're here to do some maintenance around the.
Don't we at some point need to get our pets sent here as well?
Yeah,
Otherwise
because
they've been left completely left in a city, in a house with nobody with them.
That was one Satanized.
Satan.
Oh yeah, there's a green dragon as well joining the party. Just
Yeah, I'm not here if he asks. I have gone shopping
Of
and
course.
he has to stay here.
I shall relay that
possible.
message to him.
This is very very significant that you're gonna say to him that she is what they. I don't know, honestly. They are out for shopping, of course, as they said, but for the wedding.
In that case, shall I start making good plans for organising said wedding?
No.
Oh no! Don't leave it to Toto. She's quite anal about it.
But rules of wedding etiquette, he cannot see me until we are married.
Very well. During your absence, I shall start engaging with those who can engage in draconic lizard marital affairs.
No, I'll sort it out myself, thank you very much.
I can at least provide you with a short list of potential candidates.
No. I'm good. Thank you very much. Just handle the room.
Very well. Is there anything else?
Don't need a tree.
Tyler?
No, nothing I need.
So you don't need a tree.
I thought we were going to put the acorn in the ground and make that proper special one, or not?
Oh yes, I do. I give it to Master George the seeds of the tree. Start to plant it somewhere safe. This is gonna be one of our resources very soon.
Indeed. Will this be something that the druids will be helping with?
100%.
Yeah, if they can. I'll help as well if you need.
So you said I did need a tree.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Very well.
Yeah.
And then, with the Viking ship on its way, will you be in need of a dock?
Probably.
Have you got dock in the pocket?
Yeah.
Docket pocket.
Is that a dock in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me?
No.
At which point Frank just appears next to you and he's covered in bite marks, and he just really exhausted, hanging on his legs, and just goes. He just pats you on your shoulder and then just salutes you, and then just goes just drops in a bloody mess on the floor.
Can you kill a genie by reading his first name? I'm just gonna poke his body. I wonder how Dave will respond to my giant snake.
You'll find out.
Okay.
Okay, so far you've got stock up and booze, hire a cook, a blacksmith, a stable hand, strippers, pets, tree, and was that a yes to docking, or?
Yes.
Yes. It's a firm yes to docking.
Oh.
Will you prefer this dock to be in the rear or at the front, sir?
How about somewhere in the middle?
Very well. Alternatively, we can put it on top if you like. What say you, Ranger?
I have no opinion. This is not my forte. Leave it to the experts.
Says the captain. Come on.
No.
Isn't technically Kashan the captain? So technically Kashan should have the pirate hat now.
No.
So,
Absolutely not. This is my shiny hat. No one touches it.
what if you want to
I
have...
was just that's not never There we.
With her also crit katanas.
No touch.
No touchy.
Exactly. I gotta have one shiny little thing. Maybe two, but we don't talk about that bit.
Are you talking about me, adventurer? Are you talking about me, adventurer?
Of course, Jerry, of course.
We have a thing about people called Jerry and being clingy, don't we?
Okay, so stock up on booze, hire cook, blacksmith stables, decorators, pets, trees, docking, anything else?
I think that's it.
Yeah, just make sure he's okay, basically.
Oh, and Padre needs to stop jumping out of murder holes.
But murder holes are fun.
Yeah, but jumping out of them isn't fun.
Well, that's the point of murder holes. Things jump out at the people who are being murdered by the hole.
You have fireballs.
Yes, I do.
So you
I can
don't
put fireballs down the murder holes.
Exactly.
What?
At which point Padron runs out.
Oh, look, I'm sorry.
At which, through the open door, Dave then comes back in and he's just chewing on the leg.
Hey, Dave, Padron ran away with a fireball to a murder hole.
That's nice. He
Yeah.
just carries on eating the leg. Anyone want some? Let's hold out the leg to the rest of you.
No, I'm good.
It's Frank's leg.
It does have a high heel on it, so you
I
get
would
the
be
yes.
worried if it was anyone else's leg.
I want to try it. Bit of genie.
I don't really fancy eating Genie. Don't know where Frank's been. Too many mouths.
That's true.
Very well then. Do I have your permission to simply take funds for these tasks straight from your treasury, or would you prefer that I contact you on an individual basis?
Probably... Ooh, yeah, contacts, I think.
No. Just maintain the ledger. We'll Otley will review the accounts on our return.
And Dudley's like, yes, adventurer. I physically cannot argue with you, adventurer.
That's exactly why you picked him.
Otley will spend hours painstakingly reviewing all of the numbers. So
What is Otley's intelligence modifier? Let's have a
No
look.
idea, but I know he wanted to do cooking and blacksmithing, so we put him out of work elsewhere.
Okay, so Otley has a +0 to his intelligence, so good luck.
Oh boy.
I don't actually think, even though I'm a wizard, I don't think I'm actually that intelligent.
You
Okay, I have a +5 to intelligence. I suppose I could do it.
You can't write.
I did say I suppose, didn't mean I would.
are. So she then goes over to Revy again. It's just like-
See, look, now you have to teach me to write. I just got visions of Remy just sitting there,
just start crying.
What have I signed up for joining these people?
Alright then, so as you're sort of working this out, Padwin then comes running back in. He's like, guess what?
You threw a fireball at the ship and it went boom.
Yes, but there is a ship as well.
It's got a big red dragon on it.
Oh.
And it has a very shiny flag.
Let's go Venkashan! I'm going to run up the house.
Alright then,
I don't know if
so...
anyone else is going, but that's what I'm going.
Yeah, no, I'll follow him. I miss my drinking buddy.
Okay, so as you put... Damn it.
We're not good enough to drink with Onyx anymore.
So as you as you head outside, you can see, in fact, that a longship has is pulling up onto sort of like the northern border of this island. Now, bear in mind that you're basically the only thing between sort of like the mainland and open ocean. So at some level, like, you probably will need some sort of like devoted docking place, and wherever you want that to be will be updated on the map. But the one thing that you can also see is actually, can I get perception checks from everybody?
Yes, we can persuade our eyes to see.
4. I'm glad I'm giving these dice away.
Ooh. 10?
16.
16 too.
Talking about giving away dice, Tyler, was it bag of bad mystery dice, and they're dice you can't read.
Yeah, dice. They're like,
They're obviously like faulty prints or whatever, but someone's actually selling them as like, take the piss gifts.
That's funny. Yeah, that's a great way to recoup your losses, right? 'Cause what else you gonna do with them?
okay, so you've got like the main sail, and then what appears to be sort of hanging from the main mast is effectively a black and brilliantly silver flag, which basically looks like this. Which wasn't there the last time that you saw it.
I don't care about the flag. I'm looking for a bright red dragon.
Okay, so the ship just sort of like slows down, sort of gets to here, and then you just hear this really loud voice that just goes brace, and the ship then gets stuck in in between these two islands here. Well, lads, that went well.
Someone's either a really bad captain or they mistimed that.
I rolled a nat 1, adventurer.
Yay!
Get your hands back.
Technically, he shouldn't have a beard anymore. He has no more beard.
Yeah, I can be asked to upgrade his token.
I'm
Right.
gonna go sit on Kushan's head.
Right. So, despite this immediate fiasco that has just occurred behind us, we're ready to go.
No, you're not. Kushan needs more hugs. His drinking buddy missed him. I'm gonna like steer his head towards Onyx.
Hello, adventurer. I am a pirate now.
Oh, it's good to see you again, bud.
So, are we ready to go, or do you have some other things to wrap up? And some dialogue options appear that says, "I'm ready to go," and I have other things to wrap up.
Have you done everything in this area you want before moving on?
Please note, some quests may become unavailable if you do this. I'm good to go.
I'm good to go.
I'm just playing
Yeah,
hugs on Kushan's head till we go.
Alright then, so you select the first dialogue option, and it's like, very well, let's get away. And you now have the lovely task of now getting back onto the ship while it's trying to reverse out, and nobody is coordinating any level of how you're going to get it back on.
So are we going by ship or are we going by tree?
It's up to you guys. But you haven't communicated that to them yet.
Oh.
Depends how we want to go. We can get there instantly, or we can. Well, how long? My ship is going to take fucking weeks, right?
Not necessarily weeks, but it is going to take a few days.
I don't fancy going by ship. I'm nominating Durr for transport duty. It's like hug Durr. See, look, my new buddy, he can do it.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm going to turn you into mist again then, towards
No!
No, we can. If we find a tree, I can try. I've tried this spell before. I'd like to. It's a fancy one, but I need to find a tree thick enough for all of us to get through.
Okay, so there's obviously these three quite large trees here, so it's really whichever one you want to use.
Yeah, everyone get everything they want before we leave. We speak to this geezer first. Tell them what we're doing.
We are going to Affiliation. Jason, you are coming with us to vouch for us. Kushan is looking after a boat.
I'm a pirate.
Should I tell him
Yeah,
to
you
go
are
do? Should we tell him to go do piratey things, or? Doesn't seem like a good idea, really, because we'll probably get asked to go deal with the pirates who turn out to speak Kashan.
I mean, so if you want to sort of send Kashan along with the Vikings that you're sending to Aqua Veda, then there's something you could do. Basically
How many
means
Vikings are there? There's about 200, or is it less than that?
200 Vikings, and then there's 20 on Kashan ships, so they'll up it to 220.
Yeah, we
Looks
can
like
send him
that.
with them.
I can probably get about 20 people through the gate, but not 200.
Nah, send him with the others.
Okay.
And then he can get hold of Affiliation alcohol to drink when he comes back.
Mhm.
Not Affiliation, Affiliation.
Alright, so Jason asks you again, are you sure you want to leave yet?
Why do I feel
Remember,
like that's
we
hinting we've forgotten to do something?
We're going to go via the tree, not the boat.
Yeah.
Do we want to arrange reinforcements to come via boat? We
Yeah,
want to
but
take.
the Vikings are coming up behind us, aren't they?
Yeah. So I guess they can go on the boat. Yeah. I mean, technically, we're planning on meeting them after we're done, because we assume we're going to be faster than them. Fine.
Alright then, so which tree are you using?
The one in the corner. The,
This one.
the one, yeah, either one, yeah.
Alright then, so is this a spell that you actually have to do, or is this just a druid thing?
No, it's a spell I have to do, so this is
Transport via plant.
transport via plants. So I'll stab my staff of the woodland at the top, and I'll drag it down, and as I do, I drag it through the bark in a sort of a wavy formation, and you see it crack, and the bark crack and splinter, and start to glow green, and then I'll put my little goblin hands in, and pull it open and rip it open, and a hole will appear about the size of our biggest party member. And I'll say, right, we got 6 seconds, fucking run! And I'll run through the hole.
Is everyone running?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
that's
is not the type of spell that we saw that Durf fell through the first time we met him, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, someone else sent me here via using
So your
this.
aim better be right this time, yeah?
Well, it's just a tree I've seen somewhere, so hopefully.
Yes, it's like one of those things that Durr specifically didn't tell anybody this until right at the last minute, and then as everyone's going through, it's like, oh, by the way, this is what happened last time, so good luck. At which point, all of you go through the tree closes up and disappears, and Padvin's is sort of sitting in front of the tree, just going, bye-bye!
My little one.
At which point...
Does that mean we just technically taught Padwin that spell? Because he picks them up like nothing.
Probably.
I'm not there, so I'm fine.
My love, I have come for you. My love? My love, where are you?
George knows it's coming.
Oh, poor guy.
She didn't even say goodbye.
We'd already done.
Alright, so you're now on your way to Athalorian. I'm flagging quite a bit, so would it be okay if we put an end to it here for tonight, and then we can basically start at the location of Athalorian?
A good stopper.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Nice
That was a
one.
good session. A lot of role players. Fun.
Yeah.
Right, so you guys are now there, the ship is still over here, and so yeah, we'll reconvene next session and begin your arc in Athalorian. But I will say, before I forget, as you emerge from the tree, golden text appears in front of you saying, location discovered, Athalorian, so you can give yourself 100 XP.
Oh, it's a bad cough.
Alright then, guys, is next Monday okay?
Indeed.
Should be.
Yes, sir.
Alright then. I'll say goodnight to you now, guys, and have a good week, and if there's anything that anyone needs, then just get in contact with me, and we can just discuss this. I'll be putting up the. I'm still working on the chapter for Atholorian in the Encyclopedia book, but I'm hoping to have that done this week.
That's fine.
Nice.
Right.
Alright.
Alright, guys.
Cool, man.
Have a good night.
Good session, guys. See you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thanks all.